Hi, a very wonderful evening to each and every one of us. We welcome to, would I say, another edition? Yeah, I know it's been quite a short notice, and it's been quite a time that we actually had our last talk show, and like over a year now. Yeah, so for so many reasons that we cannot really explain. So we've not been able to have our talk show for quite a number of time. But here we are now. And trust me, the reason for us taking a break was because we needed to organize ourselves better and come back um, in a massive way. So we're here now. Trust me, there are lots and lots and lots of programs coming up in the next few months. There are lots of great men and women that will be inviting on the talk show as we progresses. And I want to say I'm deeply sorry for a lot of our viewers that probably for one reason or the other you've been expecting us to um, maybe do this talk show, but we've not been able to really do it. Yeah, but here we are now. Um, Talk show is on, and we're trusting that everything will be okay. So drop your comments, drop your likes. Let's share to our friends, and we're hoping that everybody will get to connect to this talk show. So, as it is on a flyer, what we're looking at this evening is starting over. Starting over. Yeah, for all our new subscribers, I just want to say you are welcome with this applause. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you very much for joining, and we love you, and we want to continue to see you. So, this evening, we're diving into a very important topic, starting over. That topic did not just come because we're looking for probably a topic to look at from, or we're looking for a topic to really talk about. No, but that topic was born out of passion for people who are probably for one reason or the other, they are down with probably one challenges, they don't know how to dust themselves and come up and start all over again. It's difficult to always start over. I have to talk about that first. It's really difficult to start over when probably you're faced with one challenges or the other, but it's really, really difficult to say, okay, you know what? Uh, you want to start all over again is something, it's not something that is that easy. But trust me, we will get over all these things. We'll get over it. Yeah. Thank you very much, my amazing friends, my amazing brothers and sisters, Emmanuel, um, Lower Wemimo, and my one and only beautiful wife for all your support. Yeah, she's been amazing. She's been up and running, making sure that this program is a success. Yes, thank you very much for all your support and for all your comments as well. So let's dive into what we're having this evening, which is starting over. I'll be looking at different scenarios. I'll be talking about different examples. And maybe at one point or the other, this might applies to you as a person. Yeah, it might applies to you as a person. So just grab the area okay, this thing actually is talking about me at a particular time, and trust me, it will really, really help you as an individual. So there's one book that have actually helped me. I said I'll be recommending this book at a time where things look difficult. It was as if all roads were closed. It was as if I was starting from the beginning again. There's one book that really helped me is this particular book, Starting Over by Bob Gass. I don't know if you can see that just now. Yeah. So I said I was going to recommend that book because it's one book that really, really helped me. It taught me resilience. It taught me, you know what, despite what people are saying about you, despite what they think about you, it doesn't really define who you really are. Who you are is as a result of who you have made yourself and who God has made you to be. It's not defined by what people are saying. Well, they are echoing out there. No, it's as a result of what you yourself as an individual, what you have um what you have designed for yourself as a person. So, starting over is a mindset. I have to make that clear. Starting over is a mindset. It is, when you're up there and something just happened, here you are down, and just a lot of people, some want to take their life, some want to, you know what, let me just end it up here, let me do this, let me do that. But it takes few people to say, okay, you know what, I need to start all over again. I need to start all over again. Is very important. There was one quote that I saw on this book that I think I love so much. He said, failing does not mean I'm a failure. It just means I have not succeeded yet. Doesn't really mean you're a failure. It means you have not succeeded yet. You must have probably had one or two challenges along the line, along the journey of life. Yeah, maybe you failed in your marriage, you failed in your business, you failed in life generally, you failed in your office, you failed in diverse areas, and you are already looking as if, okay, you know what, I've, I've missed it already. No, you haven't. You haven't missed it. You still have greater opportunity to stand up and tell yourself, I can do this. That point, you realize that you are not yet a failure. That is the point that the devil does not want you to get to. The devil want to keep putting different ideas in your head, want to keep telling you about different scenarios. You know what? Don't you think if you stand up to do this, people will laugh at you? Don't you think, oh, if you do that, people will talk about you? Don't you think, oh, if you people already know you to be like this. If you stand up, they will talk, they'll do this. The devil want to put that thought in your head, but the ability for you to tell yourself, I am more than this. This is not where I am meant to be. Maybe you had a business and your business crashed, and you're already losing hope, and you are already feeling downcasted, feeling tired, feeling frustrated. That is the point. You need to dust yourself and tell yourself, I'm not meant to be here, but I am meant to be on top. So when you get to that point of rising up from where you found yourself, you've defeated the devil. That doesn't mean challenges will not arise any longer. No, it will surely arise. But the ability for you to put yourself together, the ability for you to help yourself, the ability for you to tell yourself, I am not supposed to be here, it matters a lot. Understanding that failure, loss, or disappointment is not the end of the road. You might have failed at one point or the other. You might not have succeeded the way you're supposed to have succeeded. That's not the end of the road. No, it's just the beginning of the journey. I just to bring a lighter note to what we're discussing. I remember when I was meant to write SSC for the first time, and after writing that um, SSC for the very first time, I think I passed almost all my courses. I failed mathematics and think, if I'm not mistaken, literature. Yeah, mathematics and literature. And I saw that all my friends that we attended secondary school together, they were going to higher institutions, some traveled out. A lot of them were doing well in their various fields, and I appreciated God for them. But at that point, let me tell you, it is difficult to dust yourself at that point. I wrote the second time, yes, failed again, wrote the third time. In fact, it got to a point where somebody once advised me, said, Timothy, you know what? It's not everybody that are meant to go to school, you know. So you can just go learn something. And I'm like, okay, I think it's actually a good idea. So this is just an icebreaker. This is one area that a lot of people actually know about me. I learned laptop repairs for like a year. Then I became a laptop engineer for for a number of years before I was able to dust myself and tell myself, no, I'm not saying that field is bad, no, but that's not where I'm meant to be at that particular time. It was a phase. So I became a laptop engineer, doing what I felt was okay for me, but that was not what I had passion for. So you must understand that failure, loss, or disappointment is not the end. Maybe you lost your spouse at a very tender age. I wouldn't know who my audience are at this time. And you're already feeling downcasted. You're already feeling as if the world has ended. No, it hasn't ended. It's just starting. You need to dust yourself and begin to run again. The world is waiting for you. There are a lot of people around the world waiting, millions of people around the world waiting for your own talent, waiting for that thing that is hidden, that great talent that is hidden inside of you to be manifested. If only you can stand up and start all over again. Look beyond what people are saying. Stand up and start all over again. Yes, at the time I had a pause on this platform. In fact, when I got married, my wife kept, oh, Timothy, you need to start up this platform again. You need to start it up. You need to start it up. And I had to tell myself, you know what? I need to dust myself and start it up again. And when the topic starting over came, I'm like, okay, I think it's actually rhyming now. On one side, I'm starting the platform all over again. On another side, I'm dusting myself from that point of failure to going to where God is wanting me to go to. You have to understand that for you to be able to start over, you must overcome fear, overcome guilt, and regret. You must overcome those things through faith. Yes, it's very key as an individual. You must overcome fear. There'll be a lot of fear coming through. You must overcome guilt. Oh, why did you do this? Oh, what would this person be thinking about you? Oh, what would this other person what must the person have been saying? Oh, what your friends, they might not be proud of you. Oh, what have they said? Because at that point, I have to tell you, my beloved audience, you don't need anybody's validation to go along the journey of life. You must overcome fear through faith. You must overcome guilt through faith. You failed in your business. Yes, people have failed in their businesses. Dust yourself, stand up, and begin to do things you don't know, that you know how to do well. Begin to do things that people felt, oh, this person did not do this thing very well. But at that point, you need to stand up, encourage yourself, and shoot up again. Before you know it, things will begin to turn around for your good. You must develop a faith-filled perspective on your new beginning. It's just like as I'm beginning this platform again now. Yeah, I'll just be thinking, okay, you know what? It's the same way that it were before. That no, 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 no. When I was doing this platform before, I was not having a good direction, sense of direction. But now I'm more focused. Now I'm more determined. Now I know what I'm looking for, and I'm not sure anything can deter me at this time. So you must approach every situation with a faith-filled perspective. A faith-filled perspective. Yes, you just started a business. People might not be excelling in that business. Tell yourself, you know what? Others may not excel in this. I will excel in it. People are traveling abroad. They might not be excelling. Tell yourself, no, you are going to excel abroad. So These are diverse areas that you must understand as an individual. So the second area that we'll be looking at today is letting go of your past. Letting go. This aspect, people will always tell you that it is easier said than done. Letting go of the past hurt, letting go of those that at one point or the other offended you, letting go of, at the point in my life, I had a challenge where I understood what forgiveness means. I've been a preacher of forgiveness, not until life situation approached me, and I understood that forgiveness is not just by men saying. Letting go of the past. You can, at that point where you can just be at work and tears is just running down your cheeks. Maybe that's what you might be passing through at this time. Maybe that's what is before you at this time. Betrayal from people that you least expected. Maybe you least, maybe even can even be your spouse, betrayal from your spouse, and you are feeling, oh, this person, what a great hurt. But you need to understand that one of the key factors in starting over is the ability for you to let go your past. You need to let go of the past hurt. You need to let go of those people that has offended you. You need to let go of so many things that that will be weighing you down as you are starting all over again. You need to let them go. You need to let them go. You need to let them go. If you must succeed in this journey of starting over, then you need to let go of the past hurt. It will be difficult at times. It will look as if it's not going to happen. It might be tough, but you need to let go of those past hurts. I wouldn't know those that I'm speaking to at this time, but I'm certain that people are getting what I am talking about at this time. Thank you very much for all your comments, for all your likes. I really, really do appreciate them. The first person to forgive is yourself. Yeah, it's possible you really did what you've been accused that you've done. It's possible you've not done it. It's possible that you made a mistake that you don't even know how it happens, but you need to forgive yourself first. Tell yourself, I forgive myself. No, 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 no. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I want you to use your hand, beat your chest. Tell yourself sincerely, I forgive myself. That is the first step. You need to forgive yourself. If you don't forgive yourself, you can't forgive others. If you don't forgive yourself, you can't uh, uh, you can't have that freedom to relate with people. You begin to live in that guilt. You begin to live in that terrain that you see yourself roaming around one same lifestyle. You need to forgive yourself first. How holding on to the past hurt prevents growth. The more you keep holding on to the past hurts, the more you are limiting yourself. The more you keep holding on to past hurt, the more you are limiting yourself. So you need to get to the point where you tell yourself, no, I don't need to hold back this hurt any longer. I need to stand up from where I am. I'm forgiving myself, I need to forgive others, and I need to keep moving. So you tell yourself at this time, I will keep moving. Yes, yes. I didn't hear that very well. Say it. I will keep moving. Yes. It's very important. If you must start all over again, you need to forgive yourself. Don't hold on to the past hurts. Embrace God's mercy for a fresh start. Embrace God's mercy for a fresh start. When I was going through this book, Starting Over by Bob Goss, yeah, there was one important story that I actually read, and it was something that it touched me a lot. Yeah, because it relates to the life and destiny of David Post Senior, David Post, the father of David Post Junior. So this man, he was murdered gruesomely in the presence of the three kids, three guys, and the first son, David Post Junior, was bitter. He wanted to just revenge. He wanted to just when he was sharing his story, he said, anytime I think about that scenario, it's as if the whole bitterness is coming back. Until somebody had to tell him, you know that it is that same bitterness that led to the death of your father. The same bitterness that was in the heart of the people. That's what led to them killing your father. And he was like, okay. He had to get to the point where he needed to forgive himself. Because the father was a great minister. The father was a pastor, and he didn't believe that he was going to actually do the work of God or anything. But so he had to get to the point where he told himself, you know what? I have a great ministry ahead of me. I have a great life lying ahead of me. So if I must overcome this, if I must start all over again to do away with this bitterness, if I must start life all over again, then I have to do away with a lot of things. I have to forgive myself first. It was the point he forgave himself. That is when he started experiencing some turning over in his life. And today, he's a great minister in in England, and he's doing signs and wonder for the Lord. I'll just give one real life example, which is Joyce Meyer. He overcame a painful past of abuse and rejection, allowing God to use her life as a testimony of restoration. I guess most of us must have heard of that name, Joyce Meyer. Have you been rejected in life before? Have you? Have you? Just within the next 3, 4 seconds, think about it. Have you been rejected in life before? Maybe in getting a job, maybe in anything at all, anything at all. Regard marriage, have you been rejected in life before? Think about it. Think clearly about it. Have you been rejected? But you need to let go of those rejections. You need to let go of those rejections. It's very important, because if you must succeed as an individual, if you must have that desired breakthrough, then you need to let go of those rejection. So there is something called time. The third area I'll be looking at this morning, evening, afternoon, depending on the time you're seeing this video, is recognizing the right time for you to start. It's just like when I had stopped this podcast for a while, and I had people reaching out to me, oh, Tim, why not start again? Why not start again? Why not start again? Yeah, as much as I wanted to start, but I knew it wasn't the right time for me to start. I know you question why. I needed to understand time. I needed to understand time. See, every man in life has what is called season. Season. So if you miss that season, it might take you 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years for you to get it back again by mercy. So that is why it is important for you to understand how season works, how time works. When is your time, you will feel it that yes, I think is my time. I think you will know that something is motivating you to do what you're doing. So that is where a lot of people get it wrong. They might just fail today, tomorrow they are up and running again. I'm not saying it is totally wrong, no, but you need, if your timing is the next day, yeah, it's fine. But you need to understand time, how it works. You need to understand time. It's important for you to understand how time works. Know when is your kairos moment. Know when that time is up for you to start it up. Just like you want to start a business. You know that, okay, this is the time for me to start up this business. You know that, okay, this is the time for me to get married. This is the time for me to get this job. This is the time for me to further in my education. This is the time for me to get this thing that I'm supposed to have gotten. You must understand how time works. And it takes a man, a woman with wisdom to understand how this thing works. It doesn't just come overnight. No, it takes a man and a woman that understand how time works, being able to work with time. You must understand signs that a season has ended. Yes, it's very important. If you must know when the single season has ended. I think that is the major problem with a lot of people. The season of their singleness has ended, but they are still single. Think about it. The season for them to let go of the life they were living before has ended, but they are still living in the past. So we must get to the point where you must understand how times and season work. If it's your season to go to uni and you are still drawing back, you're not wanting to go at that time. If that season passed, before the opportunity might come again, it might take a longer time. It will take you to have prayed and fasted for that season to come again. So you must understand how time works. Show me a great man today, and I will tell you how that man understands how times and season works. Yes, show me that great man. They understand what time means. Time is a great factor. If you must succeed when you are starting all over again. If not, you will experience the same failure that you once left. Maybe as a young boy, as a young girl, you saw the marriages of your parents, and it's not the kind of marriage that you probably you wanted, and now you are married. If you don't understand how time works, you might end up repeating the same pattern of your parents. If you don't understand how season works, you might end up repeating that same pattern that they have lived. That is why no two marriages are the same. That is why no two businesses are the same. So when I make example as regards marriage, then that it takes me back to the real life scenario. Maybe your parents failed in a particular business, and you're telling yourself, I think I should go into this business as well, which is fine. But if you don't analyze the failure of your parents, if you don't analyze it critically, you might end up failing the same way they failed. You must understand how the time works and being able to balance it so that the same failure of the past will not begin to repeat itself in your life. So as a young boy, as a young girl that is willing to start life all over again, no matter how many times you have failed, yes, I can tell you a story of a man, the man that has KFC. He failed so many times. I think he was able to get it at the age of 65. At the age of 65. Understanding times. Times does not deal with age. Time does not deal with how old you are. No. But it deals with when you realize. At the very large extent, I understood some of these things. That is why, some people, this just on a lighter note now, some people might sometimes say, oh, this guy is a bit stubborn. But you know what? When I understand what I I'm doing with God, your opinion matters sometimes, but you have to pray that God will reveal it to me. If not, I'm focused on where He wants me to go, not where you want me to go. So you must understand how times work. We talk about story of great men today that say, oh, this man tried 20 times, he tried 30 times. I have a friend. This guy wrote SSC, I think about 14 times. 14 times. I remember when we were at uni and this guy was sharing his testimony. At a point, we'll go to orphanage homes, we'll share things to orphanage homes. And this guy knew what he wanted. Every moment with him, he would tell you, I know where I'm going to. He knew what he wanted. And today, I'm not surprised that he's succeeding where he is. He's in the United States of America as we speak. Yes, to some people, traveling might not be the option. And it's not actually the only option to succeed. But you must understand what times and season means. The importance of perseverance in trusting God's timing. There's a way this thing works. I'm trying to get the right way to explain it better. Yes. So when is your season, you will feel the aura around yourself. So, okay, you know what? I think you need to do this. You will feel it. I think you need to. Just like me starting up this a podcast or talk show again. The times I was so funny enough, there's an app that I use for this podcast. So immediately the passion was there, the burning desire to start up again was there. Last month I subscribed to the app, and I was just procrastinating. I will start next week Sunday. I will start upper week. I will start, and I knew it is the time, but the ability for me to put things together and begin was a problem. Can I tell you something? Me normally, I reach out to guests. I have people in different corners. Discovered that at that point, I started reaching out to people. It was okay, you know what? I want you on my talk show. And everybody kept giving me different excuses. But this is me saying it is time. Why are people giving me excuses? Why are they not agreeing once to come? I knew that something was missing. On one fateful day, I had to share this story so that you understand the importance of timing and the place of agreement in timing. If you are married, one fateful day, I think we just myself and my wife were just having like a timeout, family timeout, and she was like, "Hey, babe, you've not said anything about your talk show or do anything about it." I'm like, "Oh, one of those days again." And I had to tell her, I'm like, "Yeah, I've actually reached out to a couple of speakers, and they just kept me pending. Just everybody just mute. They don't say anything." And she's like, "Well, you didn't tell me. You need to tell me so that I would know when to stand at the gap as your wife." When she said that, I knew that's a message. I wouldn't know what she's going to do. No, that might not be any of my business. But here I am. I've started. I woke up one day, I'm like, what am I even doing? Why can't I just start it up myself? Along the line, people will start coming. I'll reach out. This one, oh, don't worry, Timothy, I'll go and pray about it. When it's time, I'll let you know. I'll go and pray about it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine. You can go and pray. I'm happy for you to go and pray. And was it yesterday or the first yesterday? I had a note from one of the speakers. Oh, Timothy, I'll be happy to be on your show. After my first flyer is out, that I told myself I was going to do a solo talk show. So what does that mean? I'm just telling story as regard this talk show, how it started again. What does that tells you? No matter how far things might be looking at a particular time, see, when is the time? You will just see yourself that is just your body is telling you you need to do this. That rest will not be there. You will just want to do it. But that doesn't mean that there will not be challenges. Challenges will surely come. Yes, challenges will come. But the ability for you to overcome those challenges and start up. You see, I just started now. Give me the next few months. This talk show will be the talk of the town. I don't know how it's going to happen, but trust me, it will surely happen. And another point that we must understand, you need to surround yourself with the right people and the right influence. Surround yourself with the right people. If you must succeed as you are starting over again, surround yourself with the right people. I cannot stress that enough. As a man, as a woman, surround yourself with the right people. Even as a spouse, surround yourself with the right spouse. It's very important. As I'm talking now, I'm hearing my voice inside. That would have been time. Probably my wife would have been on maybe TikTok or one other platform trying to play away her time, or maybe read for other things. Or she's listening to the husband inside. I have friends on my platform. Immediately I started, they were here to start commenting, to start sharing. Surround yourself with the right set of people, with the right set of influence. It will help you as you are starting over again. A tree can never make a forest. You must get people around. I think it was just within 2 days or so, yeah, that I this flyer came outside and I shared it. And yesterday, I had somebody reaching out to me. Oh, Tim, when is your program again? I want to join. I'm like, okay. Surround yourself with the right set of people. And sincerely speaking, I appreciate everybody on this platform today listening to me. Yes, you might have been able to get one or two things I wouldn't know, but trust me, you must go home with something. Yes, yes. Trust me. My wife has prayed for you. You must get something out of this platform today. So you must surround yourself with the right set of people. It is very, very important in friendship, family wise. Surround yourself with the right set of people. It is very, very important. So, another aspect that we'll be looking at is rebuilding after failure or loss. Rebuilding when you want to fail at a particular time. As I said when I started, failure is not that you have failed, is just that you've not yet succeeded. When failure approach you at any point in time, learn to dust yourself, start again, start again. It's important. Start again. Start again. When you are rebuilding, rebuild with confidence. The confidence in yourself. You know what? Look at me. I cannot fail. Again, the second time, no, 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 no. So you must rebuild yourself. So that's to tell you Next month, we'll be having a speaker and we'll be talking about dealing with procrastination. And we'll be having a guest speaker that will be coming here to tear apart procrastination from our lives. I'm just giving you a hint because you are the opportunity to be here today. So it's going to be like a monthly talk show. And before, I think one of the mistake I made was doing it on a weekly basis, but now I know lots and lots of responsibilities. So we're doing it on a monthly basis. And trust me, you'll be getting a lot out of it. When you are rebuilding, rebuild step by step. Don't jump from where you are and jump up because you need that step by step way for being able to get to where you are going to. Thank you very much for all your comments. Thank you for all your likes. So, when you are rebuilding, don't forget and don't underestimate the role of spiritual mentors. It's key. It's key. It's key. I will have to share this here. Yeah, we have to share this here. I think probably my wife will pardon me. So, while we were planning for our wedding, yeah, we had some minor setback that we needed to consult a mentor. At that point, I didn't want to do, oh no, you know what? I've had friends that married, oh, I've counseled married people. No, I was just getting in. So we needed to consult a mentor. Why do we need? I remember, I think that the first time we had to speak to a mentor, yeah, um, my my wife was like, this man has such great wisdom. He was telling us, oh, this is how many books I read before I got married. This is how many, this is how I did it. This is what I did. And I would just put him on. Are you sure I'm actually prepared for this journey I'm entering? Because the fear of, oh, I don't want to start failing at the beginning when I have not even started. So we need to consult a mentor to help to guide us through what path. Yes, God is a great factor. Yeah, but we need a mentor to tell you, okay, these are some challenges that you might experience, but this is how I was able to overcome mine. Try this way, it might help you. You see, those little nuggets have a way of helping you. It has a way of delivering you. That's a way of delivering you. So you must understand how this thing works. In probably in business, you probably had failed in business before, had parents that have failed in business before, and you don't want to fail in that same business. There is need for you to consult a mentor. Or in academics, you maybe you failed, or maybe you have somebody that have failed before. You want to start it up again. You need to consult a mentor. Don't you see that I too know kind of attitude? We must learn to always do away with it. No matter how knowledgeable you are, no matter how many wisdom packed filled in your head, but you must understand that mentors or the role of mentors can't be underestimated. Can't be underestimated. You must learn from the past mistakes rather than being defined by them. Learn from your past mistake rather than being defined by them. Learn from your past mistakes. These are the things that you didn't do well, and or maybe you are in a relationship currently, and relationship failed at a particular time. You must understand, okay, this is the reason why that relationship failed. So that next time, that relation, or probably the next relation that God will give you the opportunity of entering, you will also fail in it. You must learn from those past mistakes. You must be deliberate about it. I have to stress that word. You must be deliberate about learning from those past mistakes. This is just a 1 hour talk show. So I think we have about, let's say, 60 minutes to wrap up this whole talk show. So you must be deliberate about it. Be deliberate. Be deliberate. Learn from it. Where did I get it wrong? Or maybe when you were still dating, there were things that you were doing wrong, and now you are married. If you bring those things that were affecting your relation while you were dating to marriage, it will still affect it. The wrong financial mindset, you bring it, it will still affect it. So you must learn to be deliberate about succeeding in anything you do. Venture along the line, you fail. Go again. Go again. Don't be tired of retrying. And when you are retrying, try with the right mindset. And trust me, you're going to succeed. See, if you want to know people that will surely succeed, it's not difficult to know. Never. It's not. People that will succeed they are not difficult to know. No. When they fail like this, they want to pick up themselves and tell themselves, "No, what I'm doing this again, and I will get it right this time." Maybe you are in a country where we find ourselves. You've tried driving once, or you failed. Try it again. You failed, and you are tired, and you are like, "Oh, you know what? I don't want to do this again." No, do it again. You will get it right. At some point, you will get it right. And when you get it right, it will wipe away the years that you think have been wasted. So we must learn to be deliberate about whatsoever we are doing. We must learn to be deliberate about succeeding in our lives. We saw Nelson Mandela spend 27 years in prison, but used that period to prepare for leadership, eventually uniting a nation. 27 years in prison, 27 years of preparing for leadership, 27 years of preparing himself, 27 years of learning how to speak. I mentioned the story of Nelson Mandela now. Something just occurred. I remember when I was in secondary school, speaking to crowd was a major problem. But I think when I got to my last, I think SS3, so I was given a position that I needed to speak to crowd. I remember always going back home. I will have to probably face the mirror, trying to, let me learn how to speak to crowd. I was just trying to help myself. Unknowingly to me, those years, I thought that would have been the end after SSC, or after my secondary school. I'm done with that phase. I thought that would have been the end. But after that time, all my life, I've been standing to speak to people. And here I am now speaking to myself. I'm seeing myself right now, but I know that millions of people are out there listening to me. Millions of people. So you must understand that the period of your preparation is not wasted. At the time you failed, you tell yourself, "Okay, where did I get it wrong? Yeah, okay, I made a mistake in this, so I need to rebuild this. I need to do this." You see, that period of you trying to rebuild and understand everything, that's the period of you preparing for the next phase. And that phase might take you to where you have always wanted to be. When preparation meets with opportunity, trust me, success awaits you. I saw a clip recently, and for those of us back home in Nigeria, or for those of us who know how some of this thing works. Yeah. So I saw a clip of I think the governor of is it Cross River State? Yeah, he had like a job fair, gave materials out to people, and a video was shown of a woman that was crying. "Oh, my excellency, please help me, please help me, please help me." And this man walked to that woman and said, "Madam, what do you want? Stop crying." This woman says, "Oh, my governor, I produce, I think, without fufu and make them flour. I produce yam and make them flour." And this governor is okay. Where is your shop? This woman said, oh, my governor, I don't have a shop yet. I'm just doing it. Where is your proof? And this woman brought out her evidence, some sample of what she has done. And when the governor looked at it, he called the commissioner of commerce and investment and said, you know what? Set up this woman. When the governor saw the proof. So you don't know when the opportunity will come. As you are starting over, prepare yourself for the journey ahead. Prepare yourself for the journey ahead. Prepare yourself for the journey ahead. Prepare yourself for the journey ahead, because where you are going to, you might just be so surprised the way the door will just open. And nations are now standing at an attention to what you are saying. You are like, oh, how did this thing happen? That is the power of preparation. So as we are wrapping up this talk show for tonight, said we're looking at starting over. So you must be deliberate about whatsoever you are doing. You want us to be deliberate about starting over and getting it right. And lastly, what we'll be looking at this evening is taking action, step for a fresh start. Taking action. See, if you don't take action, you will remain where you are. If you, I think I actually learned that when I was thinking of getting married. You have to take action. Nobody takes the action for you. And I cannot stress this enough. The time to do it is now. I want to start up a business. The time to start up that business is now. I want to get married. The time to fix that date is now. I want to travel abroad. The time to start preparing my documents and start planning is now. I want to become a prime minister tomorrow. I want to become the president tomorrow. The time to start planning is now. On the comment section, I want you to start typing, the time is now. Let it start coming. The time is now. On YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, type it. The time is now. The time for you to rise up from your sluggish nature. The time for you to rise up from procrastinating. The time for you to stand up from where you find yourself and tell yourself, you know what? The time to start it is now. I can't stress that enough, my beloved audience. The time to start it is now. The time is now. The time is now. The time to stand up from your laziness. I remember when I'll do this, I'll do this. And the whole thing was just lingering. It got to a point I told myself, you know what? I have to wake up from my slumber. The point you wake up, that is the point that is the point the devil didn't want you to get to. That is the point the devil did not want you to get to. Immediately you wake up like this, you have defeated the devil. You have defeated the devil. The time to do it is now. Don't feel you are too small to do it. Don't feel, oh, you need to go back to that school. The time to do it is now. You are not too old to return back to do that program. No. The time to do it is now. There's a time you need to take action. You don't need to allow that past life hold you back. The more you keep allowing to hold you back, the more you keep seeing yourself in a particular place. The time to take action is now. I wish my audience will begin to take action in every aspect of their life. If you are thinking of building a house, the time to build that house is now. You are thinking of establishing a business, the time to go and rent that shop is now. The money might not be there. Go and start looking for that shop. The best time to do it is now. If nothing sinks into your head from what we have said tonight, just keep telling yourself, the time is now. The time is now. The time to start that business is now. The time to get married is now. The time to start returning back to school. The time is now. Trust me, in connection with the Maker, in connection with the Heavenly Father, things will begin to work out for you. Do not forget the power of prayers in all these things. They are key factors. As you are starting over again, put your knees down and cry to God. If I have failed before, I will not fail again. And before you know it, things will begin to work out for you. I know that testimonies will begin to arise from this podcast of tonight. The time to go back and do it is now. You need to get that job. The time to apply for that job is now. The time to start doing the impossible is now. Nothing. Look at me. I'm telling you, nothing in this life is impossible. Impossible is nothing. No, any height you want to get to, you will get there if only you put your mind in it to do it. Trust me, you will get there. You will get there. The time is now. 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 I want you to bow down your heads and just tell the Lord and say, God, the time is now. The time is now. The time is now. Yes, the time to return back to those seasons that I've wasted. The time to get those seasons back. The time is now. Yes. Tell the Lord and say, God, the time is now. The time is now. Yes. Yes. God can hear you. Just tell him the time is now. You've been thinking of going back to that business. The time to do it is now. The time to do it is now. Yes, it's not too late. The time to do it. The time to do it is now. Tell the Lord and say, God, the time is now. The time is now. Yes, yes. Go ahead and tell the Lord and say, oh God, the time is now. Yes, the time is now. The time is now. The time is now. Rise up from your slumber and begin to do those things that you cannot do before. Begin to do it. Begin to do it. Begin to do it. Begin to do it. Do it. Do it. Begin to do those things that you could never do before. Tell the Lord and say, God, the time to do it. It is now. Tell the Lord. In Jesus' name, we pray. Father, we want to thank you for your children. Thank you for such a moment as this. They have heard your word. Lord, I pray, let this wall not stand against them on that day. Lord, they have listened keenly to what it means to start over again. Lord, I pray that as they decide to start again, Lord, you bless the work of their hands in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Father, because we know you've answered. In Jesus' name, we pray. So I want to say thank you to everyone that took our time to join us tonight. Yeah, I know I said 1 hour, and 1 hour it is. Yeah. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for all your comments, all your like, all your shares. If you haven't shared it, please do well to help us share it to other people so that they can as well see it. We're trusting God that through this platform, millions of people will get the best. Millions of people will get the best. Thank you very much once again for all your comments, for all your likes, for all your participation through this talk show of tonight. We really, really appreciate all you have done. So we will come back again next month, and I know next month is just a few days from now. We'll come back again next month, and it is going to be an amazing time in the presence of God. Yes, I can say that it is a presence of God because I know and I'm sure that God has spoken to you tonight. See you again, same time next month. The flyer will be out hopefully before next week, Sunday. The flyer will be out for the next edition. Thank you for your time and thank you for your participation. See you again and God bless you. Bye bye.